back. It's wonderful to see you again. I haven't had much to say until recently, and I'm just gonna jump in. I know a girl, my father-in-law's girlfriend's daughter, was just diagnosed with social anxiety, and a lot of my friends have social anxiety right now, and so it breaks my heart that that's what she's going through. And I just I wanted to take a minute and acknowledge how much life sucks for a vast majority of people between the ages of 12 and 18, because middle school and high school sucks. And I just kind of wanted to share a little bit of my experience. I won't go into major detail. I was bullied pretty bad, and I had to find my own safe space. And my safe space was literally my living room, and it was coming home every day and turning up the music as loud as I could on the computer and dancing out my frustrations. And while I don't dance well, I had to have something. And then I would get my special needs sister off the bus, and she would go to the computer and she would plug her headphones in, and then that would be the end of it. And then I would decompress by reading whatever book that I was in the middle of. I was reading the Harry Potter books in middle school. They pretty much saved my life. J.K. Rowling is just, she's an important person to me, even though I've never met her, but Harry Potter was good for me. Rick Riordan's Percy Jackson series was really good for me. And I would just come home and I would open my book and I would read until my parents got home, or till I couldn't read anymore. And by the time my parents got home, I was calm and decompressed, and I was okay. They didn't know about my depression until the end of my 8th grade year, so maybe about March of my 8th grade year, and it had been going on for 2 years almost, and I was doing my best to hide it because I knew how stressful my parents' lives were, and that's just kind of who I was. I didn't want to talk about it with anybody until I found my 2 really good friends, Nina and Kim, and they saved me too. I just want to take a second and tell you guys that it gets better. It might take a few years, but it gets extremely better. 10 years ago, I never ever would have thought that today I would be married, that I would have done as many service projects as I ended up doing. I raised 4 guide dog puppies, and anybody who's ever had to deal with a puppy knows how obnoxious and hard they can be. And then add your schoolmates in the mix when they think you're obnoxious and they hate you. It's just not easy. I would have never guessed that I would live in a really pretty apartment. I know I don't have many of my hangings up right now, but I love my apartment, and I never thought that I would be doing something that I absolutely love to do. I thought that I'd be in college, but that's not where life took me. It gets better, but you have to fight for yourself. I'm not saying fight your classmates. I'm saying do what you have to do. For me, it was ignoring them the best that I could, going straight home after school so that nobody had the chance to really pick on me. I did do theater and I loved that, and I read books and I listened to music and I danced it out with my sisters, and it made everything okay. And it wasn't until my freshman year of high school that I made a friend that is still my best friend. We don't talk very often, but when we do talk, it's like no time has passed. And I found other friends in high school through my guide dog program that I'm still friends with. One of my best friends from that class just took me to Florida to have a family vacation. We live in Utah, and it's freaking, like, winter sucks. And she's taken me to Florida to save me from the winter, which is something I hate, and it gets better. My best advice to you is immerse yourself in the things that you love. I loved guide dogs. Loved it. It was my heart and soul in high school. If you want to find my Instagram, it's seriously Guide Dog Girly. That's it. And all of my friends did theater, but I didn't have the chance to do that. In high school, I did it in middle school and loved it. I went to seminary, and seminary was definitely a break. I took dance, and I had so much fun with the girls in my class. I suck at dancing, but they were really good, and it was fun to watch them. I took choir. I took French, which sucked, but it was fun, and I took chemistry, which was the worst mistake of my life, but I've got some pretty good stories from it now. I took creative writing, and I'm writing a book. Like, just immerse yourself in the things you love, and the people that will love you will follow. Thanks, guys, for listening. If you ever want to talk, just send me a message. I'm always here, and I get it, and if you have any questions, I'm always happy to answer. Thanks, guys. Bye.